Welcome back. Robert Mugabe was Prime Minister and then President of Zimbabwe from 1980 to 2017. That's a mind-boggling 37 years in office. So for citizens, this is the first time in about 40 years he will not be an option on the ballot. And that has ushered in a wave of hope for the country's young people in particular. So to discuss the atmosphere in the country, we're going to speak to Nicoli Edwards. He's a youth advocate who is in Zimbabwe as an electoral observer. Nicoli, thank you so much for joining us. So just tell me really quickly, what are your first impressions so far?
Now, I had the opportunity to be in Harare for the first couple of days that I've been in Zimbabwe, and only today I was able to come to Gwawanda in the Matabele Land South Province. And along the way, I've been speaking to persons on the ground, trying to get an understanding of how they feel about the elections. And for one thing, in comparison to elections before, people are beginning to feel that this is going to be a free and fair election for the most part. There are still some concerns that this election would have some ballot stuffing and things of that nature as the incumbent party tries to hold on to power. But for the most part, people are sensing change in the atmosphere, and they are actually even predicting a change in terms of the government.
Now, by all reports, it is the young people that are the most optimistic for these elections. Is that what you've been seeing?
Yeah. Definitely, because now they have a candidate who is on the ballot who they can more or less relate to, and that is Nelson Chamisa, and he is heading the MDC Alliance. So he is 40, and here in Zimbabwe, you have to be 40 and over in order to run for the presidency. He served in the government as a minister between 2009 and 2013, and he actually just turned 40 in February. So he has been speaking the language of the young people and really capturing their imagination.
So what is your schedule expected to be like for this observer trip, Nicoli?
Sure. So, well, as you know, the elections take place on Monday. So tomorrow is the final day for any sort of campaigning to take place. Yesterday, I actually attended an MDC Alliance rally in the Chibuku Stadium, and I can definitely sense that it is going to be an interesting election moving forward. So I would be moving across various stations, polling stations, within the Matabele Land South Province. And just so that you know, there are over 10,000 polling stations across the country, and there are 5 million registered voters for a population of 16 million. So I anticipate long days ahead, but it's definitely worth the experience being here.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us, Nicoli. Unfortunately, I can almost promise that we're going to call you and make your long days even longer. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
No problem.